What's going on, folks? It's me, Mikey Pipes. 2:30 here in the afternoon on Monday, November 3rd, 2025. We got a lot accomplished today. Before we did any service calls, we installed a Weil-McLain CGa5 two-zone gas-fired boiler. Keys ignition at 10:05. Yeah, 10:05. Myself and Derek did the install. Daniel came, dropped off the boiler, helped us get the old boiler out, and the keys were in the ignition by 12:05. Then we ran a couple service calls, and now here I am, walking Gigi and Stoli. Watch this. What's going on, folks? It's me, Mikey Pipes. Today is Monday, November 3rd, 2025. Taking out this Repco two-zone valve, gas-fired boiler. It's about 45, 50 years old. Well, it's time for it to go. What's different about this install, we have a single 1-inch copper line leaving as supply and 4 pipes, a split return on both zones, with the circulator on the return side. Now, because the circulator's there and only 1 pipe's leaving, 4 coming back, doesn't matter if 2 are coming back. We have to put those circs on the return. That's exactly what we did here in this prefabricated Weil-McLain CGa5. Circulators on the return. 1-inch supply leaving. It's gonna be epic. It is 7:37. Let's go. All right, I like to plan ahead. There's my boiler supply on the left side of the system, top left. First thing I did, turn off the main water valve to the house, cut that line because our valve was only over here. See? So I cut that, pressed on a 1/2-inch ball valve, and restored the water service back in the house. They're not even gonna realize that I turned the water off. And it's gonna remain that way for the duration of the job. Daniel's draining down the boiler. I'm gonna disconnect the gas. And if you notice, we have the gas coming up here. We're gonna come across the drip leg with a T here. I'm coming up with a ball valve, the gas cock. And then we should be able to tie into here. First thing we're gonna do once we get the boiler out of place is set the center of the flue, center of that flue, and get rock and rolling here. The goal is to be done before Carlos finishes his first service call. All right, here is our power. You notice there's 2 pieces of Romex coming into this junction box. One has power, the other one doesn't. So one is incoming power going to this junction box. Then it goes to the switch on top of the basement stairs called the emergency switch. And this line here and this line here are going to the boiler. So this one and that one is gonna go back to the boiler, and we're not even gonna touch this. All right, my electric is disconnected from the Acrostat relay. I got it off to the side. We will make this pretty later. I cut the 1-inch copper supply line, got it going into a bucket. Daniel's still draining water from the bottom of the boiler. Yes, we could use a transfer pump and pump away the water, but there's not that much water here, and we have everything contained with buckets. We have a towel at the entry or exit of the boiler room here, so we're good. You know, one thing I didn't consider, combustion air. We have this small closet, maybe 11 or 10 by 7. So that's 70 square feet by about 7.5, maybe about like 7 feet tall. Not a lot of air here. We're gonna have to cut in a louver somewhere here. That'd be the best thing to do. What do we have over here? This is a closet with a refrigerator. Okay, that's interesting. There's a closet with a refrigerator. So that is a closet with a refrigerator in it. open up more of these. Or the never-ending water. But we're getting it. Okay. Bye-bye, boiler. Oh, not really dripping anything, huh? Not too shabby. Okay. Let's go. The definition of feeding people.
When you lift, try not to lift it off of the hand choke.
Let's see. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Alright, this is the next step. I'm not gonna have much room. 1, 2. Just try to turn. I have to.
Water.
Water? How much water?
A good amount.
Okay, get a rag. Derek will stand there with Freddie. Is this thing gonna be in the way right now?
It's gonna make it a pain.
Okay, tell me to get saws.
Grab the sawzall. Toss that.
All right, it's 8:15. The boiler, the old boiler, and all of the piping that we cut out is at the side of the house. Our metal recycler, aka scrap guy, is en route. He'll schlep everything out of here. And let me show you what we have accomplished in less than 45 minutes. The customer requested that we place the boiler on a set of cinder blocks. He bought these paving stones. So they're too high. 2 in the back, 2 in the front. We have a 7x6 reducer here. That's gonna go perfectly right in there. We're gonna have to push the boiler back a little bit. Yeah, we'll push the boiler back a little bit and start piping in the returns, the supply, the gas, and power. Now, I'm just finishing up the 1-inch supply piping, leaving the boiler. I took a measurement off the wall to get a distance on this one, but we were way off. Way off. And folks, don't forget to deburr the pipe. It's very important. By deburring the pipe, you're taking away that inner looking edge and you're decreasing turbulence that's going to occur in the piping when the water's moving and hits that little burr there. So use the deburring tool and deburr the pipe.
Oh, the battery's dead.
No, the battery's not dead. It's the operator. All right, second floor zone. It's tied in. First floor, tied in. We're doing the water. Derek's trying to cut a piece of 12-inch, 1/2-inch copper, but he's having difficulties with the automatic tubing cutter, the Milwaukee M12. Watch your finger there. Hey, you got it. We're gonna tie in the boiler water supply across to here. We got this 1/2-inch 90. Pop that boy in right there. Oh no. There we go. She tight, but she all right. That's right, folks. It's that time. I got the boiler drain installed, drip leg on the relief valve. We're pressurizing the boiler. My supply getting juice. My returns. All I gotta do is work on the gas and the power. Not too shabby. All right, boiler is pressurized. Sweet. Let's just chill for now. Let's just chill. Let's check, make sure we have no leaks. We're stabilized with around 12 psi of pressure. Beautiful. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. All right, 9:15. Gas is done. I know. It's a little bit low here. It's not perfectly level. That's because I didn't have two 6-inch nipples to make up 12 inches here. I had a 6 and a 5.5, and that's the 1/2 inch. But I got the split ring hanger there on the drip leg. This is secure with everything else. All right, we are going to purge now. So I'm going to open up this valve. All right, and let's just... Okay, open this up. Oh, yeah, there's a check valve in there, so nothing's going to come out there. All right, we'll be all right. Let's open this. Derek, hold the hose. Getting all that air out of there. Yeah, all that air. So right now we're purging this line, which is on the first floor. Getting all the air out of there. We're going to close that valve. Now we're going to open up this one. Now we're going to purge the other half of the first floor. And we're probably just going to need about a bucket here. Purge out both zones. So right now water is coming in here, down. As soon as it comes in, any air is going to go up. Goes into the boiler, through my return, stopping there, but leaving my supply, passing the air separator by Spirotherm. Beautiful. Let's close that off. Let's close this valve. Now we're going to switch to the other side. The other zone, sorry. Let me get that on right there. Let's put our cap back on there. We lost the cap. A little upset by that. Derek's gonna open that up. Okay, now let's do this one. There you go, and this is the second floor. And once we're done with the purging, we're gonna wire in line voltage. I got a piece of conduit. We're gonna go straight up. I'm gonna put the box up there. It's gonna be nice and pretty. All that air out. It's coming. Here it comes. It's coming. Almost. Now, some guys like to jack up the pressure to 20 or even 30 PSI. I trust in the Calefi. All right, we're kind of clear there. Let's close the valve. With the system build up pressure, we'll have Derek dump out the bucket and we'll finish the last split return. All right, 6 minutes to 10 in the morning. Still Monday, November 3rd. We're doing combustion analysis. I got one zone running right now, which is second. The other zone is not connected. I created a little connection there, so if I ever need to diagnose and not have to go into the switching relay, everything is right there. So right now the second floor is powered up. This is coming back hot, and these are cool to the touch. So I sent Derek upstairs to the first floor to make sure that all of the heat is not coming out on the first floor. Make sure I didn't screw anything up here. And as soon as he comes back down, we will wire up the first floor and then make sure our returns get hot. No heat on the first floor? Excellent. All right, let's wire up the first floor and then go over component identification. We're gonna do component identification.
Backflow preventer valve, pressure regulator valve, vent valve.
Air valve. Oh, the thing fell off again. Doesn't like to stay. Something a little different. Not a lot of people see that, but it's installed on a vertical instead of a horizontal. That's an air separator.
Air separator, okay. Gauge for pressure.
What is it called? Tridecator gauge. Circulator isolation flange. Circulation isolation flange with purge.
Okay.
Automatic vent damper.
That's spill switch.
Spill switch, okay. What is this called? Screen box?
I want to say zone something, but
Switching relay?
no.
What is this thing called?
The board,
Okay, control board. What is this called?
transformer, gas valve.
What kind of gas valve?
The electric one, the one you don't have to push the button.
Intermittent pilot.
Intermittent one, okay.
And that thing connected to the 2 yellow wires?
That's the jump switch.
Nope. Rollout switch.
Rollout switch, okay. Suspension thing. Relic valve.
How many PSI should it be?
This one, 30.
Correct.
50 for steam. 15.
Correct. What is this called?
Relic valve. TNT relic valve.
What temperature, what pressure?
212 and
210.
210. Okay, and then 150 PSI.
Correct. All right, Derek, throw on the sticker
You want me to
on the boiler. And
on the front panel?
yeah, top right-hand corner. There you go. Make it look nice and pretty, like it was in your basement and need to be perfect. Excellent. So let's clipboard these results. We're gonna pull this out. We're gonna escape. We're gonna go back, draft. I'm gonna wait 11 seconds for it to zero out. And then we will test draft. We'll clipboard this and say sayonara. All right, folks, it's a couple minutes after 10. The system is complete and commissioned. We did a combustion analysis. We printed the results. Both zones are returning hot. Nice, clean install. Last but not least, the binder. It's a nice little touch that I do. All of the paperwork that came with the components, including the boiler, they're all in here. Everything is in this binder. I'm gonna put it right there on top of the boiler. There it is. Not too shabby. Beautiful. Beautiful install. If you live in the Long Island, New York area and you're tired of getting bamboozled by your HVAC contractor, pick up the phone, give us a call, 516-348-6300. Love to help you out. Sweet.